Hey everybody, welcome back. You know, it's been a hot minute. I wanted to do a video 2 weeks ago on the Super Bowl, but just didn't, life just got away from me. I just didn't get around to it. So I want to talk about the Super Bowl and my Chicago Bulls. I was pretty disappointed in the Super Bowl. It was not so many Super Bowls. I don't know why. It's like these are the best. These are supposed to be the best of the best, but so many. I like a close game. And so many Super Bowls these days, they just don't turn out to be. I love the one last year, the 49ers and the Chiefs. That was a close game. That came down to the final quarter, and that's the way I like it. I mean, is that the way, that reality? That's not always the way it turns out to be, but yeah, it's exciting when it's close. I like it to be close. I wasn't really disappointed that the Buccaneers, like I said, I wasn't going to be unhappy, no matter who won or who lost. It's just the fact that it turned out to be a blowout. I was expecting a much better performance from the Chiefs. They didn't give Mahomes a lot of protection, but even when Mahomes, he just didn't look like himself. I know he had a number of injuries throughout the season. I don't think he was quite 100% because even when he did have open opportunities and he was passing to his teammates, and they weren't even long passes either. They were short passes and they were nowhere near close to being on target. I remember seeing at least like two passes where the ball was almost to the ground. The guys were having to like squat down from like 10 yards away to catch the ball. And I did hear last year that the Chiefs got away with a lot of holding, which people were complaining last year that wasn't getting called. They always have different referees and never use the same referees. But the Chiefs, they had a lot of, and almost look at the regular season, I was shocked at how many penalties they had, offsides and holding. It was so many penalties that you wouldn't expect a good team like them would have in the Super Bowl. A crappy team during the regular season, yeah, but as my dad says, he likes to watch the NFL playoffs better than the regular season because he says, bad teams during the regular season, there's just too many penalties, which good teams don't usually make those same mistakes. But I didn't notice it, but from what I've been hearing from a lot of people, the Chiefs are famous for that, for hiding their holding techniques. Definitely got called this year. I think the Bucks would have won either way, but yeah, it's definitely impressive. You got to hand it to Tom Brady. So he's got more rings now than Michael Jordan. To bring a Super Bowl, 6 Super Bowls to the Patriots, and now he brings one to the Buccaneers, a whole new team his first season. That's really impressive. So that's all I had to say about the Super Bowl, and it was very different. With and still look, there were quite a few people in there, but yeah, due to COVID, it wasn't like it was, wasn't like a normal Super Bowl. It's still a little bit different. And I want to talk about the Bulls. Bulls broke a record. They played. It was today the 21st, and they played the New Orleans Pelicans. It was on the 10th, and they ended up winning. It was 129 to 116. But Zach LaVine, and Kobe White. Zach LaVine hit 9 3-pointers, and Kobe White hit 8, and it was the first time in NBA history that two teammates in a single game got 8+ 3-pointers. That actually, as a team, they shot like 27 or 25 of 47 from 3-point land. That is just huge. Oh, I forgot, I wanted to send a shout out to a good friend Eric and his son Will. Hi, how you guys doing? This video was an idea for you, Will, from your dad, Eric. So I hope you enjoy it. I know you like the Warriors too, and the Bulls are the best team ever, but the Warriors winning 3 championships in 4 years. They did break the Bulls' single season winning record, 73-9, a few years back. Bulls' best season was 72-10. The 95-96 season, that was the year Michael Jordan came back, Will. So, the Warriors did win 3 championships in 4 years, Will, and that's probably the best dynasty. Maybe not necessarily a dynasty, but it's probably the best that we've seen since the Bulls won 6 championships in 8 seasons. And if Jordan hadn't retired twice, who knows? They might have even broke the Celtics record. The Boston Celtics back in the 60s won 8 championships in a row. And they actually won, I believe, 11 and 13 years or 11 and 14 years. But back then, not as many teams, only 10 teams. It was mainly just the Lakers and the Celtics and 7-footers, Brian Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. Back then, 7-footers were very rare. They were unheard of for the most part. game was dominated by them, and now the game's dominated by power forwards and point guards. And nowadays, every team, all the centers are 7-footers for the most part. They're 6'10", 6'11". Every team's got a 7-foot center now, at least one, if not two. But yeah, it was very exciting, Will, back in 1992 when Michael Jordan, it was game 1 of the finals against the Portland Trailblazers, and that record still stands, or no, it got broken. I'm sorry. I was hoping it still stood, but Ray Allen broke Michael Jordan's record for 6 3-pointers and a half. He had 35 points in the first half, and I think the record for most 3-pointers in a single, it might have been Steph Curry. Is it Steph Curry or Klay Thompson, one of the two for the Warriors? But yeah, I do know that the record is 9 3-pointers in a single final NBA Finals game. But yeah, it was very exciting back in 1992. That was a record. Michael Jordan, I think he had tied the record for most 3-pointers in an NBA Finals game at 6, but he set the record for 6 3-pointers and a half. And that record stood in place for almost 20 years. It wasn't until 2010 when Ray Allen was playing with, was he with oh yeah, he's still with the Celtics at the time. He got 7 and a half. I think that was against the Lakers. Yeah, that was against the Lakers. The Lakers won that year against the Celtics. But yeah, that's definitely impressive. The game's different now. Jordan, back in his era, it was harder to score. Nowadays, it's much easier to score. The defense is softened up. So, that 25 out of 40, 25 3-pointers a game, that's still a record. That's huge, but that would be like nearly impossible with the defense back in the 80s and the 90s. It's really softened up. So, even though Michael Jordan only got 6 in a game, that's still huge. Imagine what he would have gotten today if he was still playing at the defense softened up back then, or if he was still playing in this era today. But yeah, it's definitely amazing either way, and hopefully the Bulls can sneak their way in the playoffs. Maybe definitely not a championship team yet, but it'll be interesting to see them, at least maybe get into the first or second round of the playoffs. They definitely have potential. They got some good players. They might need to make some more changes, and I do believe that they're a younger team for the most part, and they'll do more maturing, and who knows, in the next few years they could be a really serious, dangerous playoff contender. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Will and Eric, and I will talk to you all real soon with another great video. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you all later. Love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching, and those of you that are subscribed. Take care. Bye.